Hi, and welcome to another video by Jimthecarguy. Today we have a very simple job. It's a 2004 Toyota 4Runner. Test the battery first, and then we're going to go ahead and replace it. Another dead giveaway is whenever you look at a battery and you see acid that has gotten in here and has started to eat up everything, it's usually a pretty good indication that the battery is no good either. But you do have to test it to make sure. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to just connect up to the battery. Now there's different types of systems you can use. This one is my handheld unit. I like using this one versus my snap-on because it's a real quick test and it's very, very accurate. First thing you want to do is you want to find out what the CCA is, the cold cranking amps. And this one is 585. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a test like this now. We're going to do in-vehicle test. In-vehicle test. Test using CCA, yes, we're going to do that. And like I said, it was 580, so we're going to bring it down to 580. And then we're going to test it. And right off the bat, it tells you replace the battery. 12.37 volts. 260 CCA. It tells you right away replace the battery. But we are going to do an alternator test just to confirm that the alternator is okay. So now we're going to start the vehicle up. And I'm going to leave this here so I don't know if you can see that, but we'll see. Enter to continue. Now we're testing at idle. Testing the diode ripple. Now we have to turn the loads on, which would be the headlights or the wipers. Okay, we have to rev the engine again for 5 seconds. And now we'll see what it says. Analyzing data. Charging system is normal. 14.06, 14.03. And the diode ripple is normal. The charging system is normal. Let me shut the car off. Okay, so here you can see that everything is normal. Okay, it's in the normal range. So we know that everything is okay. The alternator is charging properly. Alright. So now I'm going to show you how to go about replacing the battery. You can see there's a lot of acid on here, so we're going to use some penetrating oil. Just to try to get through this a little bit. We're probably not even going to take this one off. Because looking at the condition of that, it doesn't look like it's going to come off, and if it does come off, it's definitely not going back on. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do before we do anything is we're going to disconnect. Let's get some height up here so you can see what's going on. Okay, so like I said, we're not going to disconnect this because that's too badly corroded. We're going to loosen this one up instead. Alright, so we just disconnect this one right now, like this. We're going to take that little bracket out just like this. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to take this out just like this. We are going to take this over to the bench and we're going to clean this up. We're going to neutralize that acid. You know what? I'm going to show you how to neutralize this before I finish this job up. We're going to take our jump start box like this. We're going to connect it in the vehicle. We're going to take this end and plug it into here. And then this end, we're going to plug it into the cigarette lighter or the accessory port. And then we'll turn the key to the on position, and that will save the memory on the radio. Now we're plugged into the accessory port inside. You know what? Let me bring you in there and show you what I mean. A battery box plugged in here, and we have our jumper in here, so that way it actually is still backfeeding power into it, and we turned our key to the on position. We have we always want to take off the negative battery terminal first. And we're going to take this and we're just going to bend this back out of the way like that, and we're going to take this one off here like that. We're going to take this, and we're going to take it off just like this, and now we'll take the battery out of the car. I can tell this battery was definitely no good because it's all wet down in the battery box as well. And make sure you put the battery in correctly, negative and positive, okay? Negative, as you know, is the minus mark. Positive is the positive mark. Okay, now before we put that back on, we are going to clean off the ends just to make sure that there's no oxidation or any kind of corrosion in there. All right, that we don't have to clean, but it is clean because it's brand new, of course. Now we're going to reconnect our positive first, and then we'll tighten it down. And we'll reconnect our negative. They sell this stuff that's called battery protector. It keeps the battery from getting corroded. I always put a little bit on there just to protect it. There's all different kinds you can buy. This one is actually made by 3M, or Permatex, I think, actually, come to think of it. All right, now this cable connector goes up, the protector goes over the top like this. And now we're going to reconnect our battery hold down. But first I'm going to show you how to neutralize it. Okay, the way we neutralize that oxidation is you come over here and you take just a baking soda and then, or water, and you just put some baking soda in here like this. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. Mix it up a little bit. And then we're just going to take this. We're going to take this apart, of course, here, so we don't make too much of a mess. And then we just stick this in here like that. I don't know if you can see that, but you see how that thing is bubbling like mad? It's actually neutralizing all of that oxidation that's on there. Okay, so we're not going to get everything off. We're going to get the good majority of it off. Put our hold down back in here. We're going to hook the front one on like that. And now we'll connect that back one up. Okay, we'll snug it down. See if this one turns. I doubt it. Oh yeah, look at that. It turns. Now we're going to put a little bit of penetrating oil on there too. And that's it. All right, battery's in and nice and tight. Okay, so that's it. Our battery's in. We saved our memory on the radio. We saved our memory on the GPS. And we also neutralized all of that acid on there. We put battery protector on the cables to keep anything from corroding up in the future. And that's it. We're all done. Before you change the battery, check your alternator. Make sure you don't have a problem with your alternator. In this case, I knew this battery was no good because, like I said, months ago it was in. But if you have a battery that is a fairly new battery and it continually goes dead, make sure you do a parasitic drain on it just to make sure that there's nothing draining it down. Maybe an interior light is left on, maybe a brake light is staying on. That's a possibility. So make sure you check it thoroughly before you go ahead and replace the battery. As always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.